promoting the free exchange of ideas, questioning the status quo, and having some fun along the way. This is the Are We Idiots Show. Now here are your hosts, Mark Weaver and Rich Kroll.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Are We Idiots Show. We are your hosts, as always, Mark Weaver and Richard Kroll.
Mark, you keep putting your name first.
Last show I did you first.
Oh, you did? I'm not even paying attention.
That would be good. If we're doing a show together, you pay attention to what I'm saying. All right, folks. Well, this is a vacation week, and so we thought we'd leave you with a all Idiots of the Week show to entertain you. It's going to be a shorter show. We did this several weeks back when I think Rich was on vacation. No, it might have been me. He's busting on me about taking a lot of vacation. But
I'm not allowed to take vacation. My wife will not let me. She needs the money.
Oh, violins are out. But anyhow, we're going to go back and forth with some idiots that have been nominated this week. And it should be fun. We'll get a few laughs and provide some levity for you and probably be wrapped up in 20 minutes. So how's that? We'll make it so. All right. So I'll go first, Rich, and we'll have some chuckles as we hear about idiots. Sound good?
Sounds great.
All right. Bluffton, South Carolina, Rich. One of my favorite places in the U.S. It's right outside Hilton Head. Well, police in South Carolina say a woman they saw speed through a stop sign at 60 miles an hour told officers she needn't be arrested because she's a very clean, thoroughbred white girl. The Bluffton police report says 32-year-old Lauren Elizabeth Cutshaw was slurring her words and a breathalyzer showed her blood alcohol level at 0.18%. She said she shouldn't be jailed because she was a cheerleader and a sorority girl who graduated from a, quote, high accredited university. That's not even proper English. And her partner's a cop, she said. The Island Packet, which is the paper in Hilton Head, reports officers asked what being, quote, a white clean girl had to do with anything. She replied, quote, "You're a cop. You should know what that means." Cutshaw was jailed Saturday and charged with including drunken driving, speeding, and marijuana possession.
I don't see what the problem was. I mean, she's clearly a very clean thoroughbred from a highly accredited educational institution. She should not be subject to any laws. It's a crime. That's a crime. I think they should prosecute the police officer.
This woman is this close to being a Nazi with her white supremacy. I mean, she deserves to go to jail.
How dare those police officers?
All right, you got one for me?
This one isn't necessarily funny, but it's kind of shocking. A Michigan couple told cops they declined to get medical help for their sick baby due to partly over religious reasons, so there were other reasons, and are now facing charges of felony murder and first-degree child abuse for the child's death. And what caught me as interesting is when the couple is shown the sentencing, their jaws drop in true amazement. What happened was...
They didn't think anything was going to happen to them because it's religious freedom or something?
Well, and also they're against vaccines. So they said a month earlier, they noticed the baby looked a little weak and gaunt. By the time the cops got to the baby, the eyes had sunken into the baby's head.
My goodness.
And they have two other children. They have a 2-year-old and 4-year-old. And they said, hey, you can't put us in jail. We have 2 other children. And it's just mind-blowing.
This is a real buzzkill.
Yeah, this one isn't... It's more of a "Are you kidding me?" than a funny one. But the judge ordered them not to have any contact with other children, who are now staying with the husband's parents. And to me, he said, "Look, we were afraid to undercut our religion and our belief in you can't give vaccines or third-party medicines to children. They either get better on their own or they don't."
You could have brought this one up on the last show when we talked about declining religious
values.
Well,
I am kind of bringing it up first because of the crazy religious beliefs you brought up in the last show.
All right, we'll lighten the mood a little bit, Rich. I'm sure you're going to get a laugh out of this one. An Oklahoma mother and her daughter bore witness to a miniature pony allegedly being sexually violated by a naked man.
You have to be naked, right?
Well, not necessarily, but authorities allege that Tyler Schlosser, 29, was 40 minutes from his prior Oklahoma home at 8:45 a.m. on Wednesday and on the clock for a local utility company when he pulled his company truck over at the intersection of Route 4190 and Montrose Street in Enola. There, in the horse pen off the road, the parent and her child started videotaping the utility worker allegedly standing behind the pony fully nude and engaging in what looked like he was having sex with the animal.
Goodness.
The married utility worker was taken into custody and charged with bestiality and indecent exposure. Schlosser's step-grandfather told Newsweek that the young man has no memory of what happened and he suspects that he was drugged.
No. Is he at least still with the horse? I mean, I hope this doesn't break them up. Or a miniature pony.
And the funny thing is, like, this sounds like a made-up story. They have videotape.
Oh, my goodness. This is on video?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see it. I'm not going to watch it, but yeah, they have video.
But how about
the mother and the mother and the daughter videotaped the guy?
How about the stepdad just calmly saying, "Yeah, this is normal. It can happen if you're not,
He was drugged.
He was drugged. It's, can we move on? Is this a problem?
All right. What do you got for me? Hopefully a little more funny.
This is
and letting the baby die.
Yeah, I wanted to get that one out of the way.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So this moving experience happened.
Must be a cow involved.
In Sanford, Florida, where authorities were pursuing a white Subaru SUV that was reportedly stolen. When officers attempted to stop the vehicle by using stop sticks, I guess that...
Yeah, they throw the sticks on the thing and bust the tires off.
Bust the tires up. It crashed near a pasture. One of the three passengers, Erin Thomas, 38, stayed with the SUV, while the other two attempted to hoof it into the pasture. Jamie Michael Young, 46, was quickly apprehended by a canine unit, but the other, Jennifer Ann Kaufman, made it on a wild goose chase through the pasture, being chased by between 16 and 20 cows. So she's fleeing the police, who didn't really need any help. The cows, a large group of cows is following her. It's all on video. The police officer said, "Looks like they may attack her." They had to call in a helicopter to then save her from the pursuing cows. She finally makes it to a fence where she was arrested by police officers. No injuries were reported. The herd's owner, Richard Kondracki, told a local station that he had never seen his bovines act as aggressively as they have before, but no one should try to run through his field.
That sounds like a cowspiracy or something. I mean, they banded together.
Well, and just in case
they're angry.
In case you think
Cows
this is
are angry.
normal behavior, officers did find 1.3 grams of cocaine, 2 spoons, 2 cleared colored needles, and a pipe in the SUV. So she's facing various charges.
I would hope.
I would hope so.
All right. Police say a Kentucky woman became frustrated while waiting for a ride home from the hospital. You know, nothing worse than when you're in the hospital, Rich. You want to go home quickly, right? You want to get out of there quickly, right? Well, Police Chief Brian Carter tells news outlets that 51-year-old Pamela Cash became impatient waiting for her relatives to pick her up at the hospital and saw a nearby ambulance left running outside the hospital and took it. She was impatient waiting for her relatives to come pick her up. She's like, I got to get out of here. And there's a hospital ambulance running.
Clearly.
So she took it.
That's smart. That's very smart.
Cash got in and drove off. Cash was arrested and charges of criminal mischief and theft by unlawful taking over $10,000. So, yeah, when you when you want to go right from the hospital to jail, well, then just steal an ambulance.
What better than a an ambulance with its sirens going because you won't have to stop at any lights.
That's true. You get home really quick. Next one.
I'm gonna nominate an entire food chain organization on this one.
Here we go.
Eat one of these and you're set for the rest of the day, possibly the rest of tomorrow too. The Cheesecake Factory has introduced their breakfast burrito containing close to 3,000 calories, which is more than 7 McDonald's sausage McMuffins. According to the Center for Science, roughly 2,000 calories is about a day's worth of normal calories.
What's in it?
The burrito was named the worst way to start the day in the CSPI's 2018 Extreme Eating
Worst
Awards.
way to start the day.
So, for the record, here's what's in it.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want to hear.
There's
A heart attack's in it. We know that.
there's more than a heart attack. I think
Colon cancer.
there's brain surgery involved as well. There's 4,600 milligrams of sodium, which is 2 days of sodium. 3 days worth of saturated fat. On the Cheesecake Factory website, the burrito is described as a warm tortilla filled with scrambled eggs, bacon, chicken chorizo, cheese, crispy potatoes, avocado, peppers, onions over a spicy ranchero sauce served with sour cream salsa and black beans.
Sounds delicious, I must say.
Does sound pretty
I haven't
good.
had dinner and I'm hungry.
They are now retracing their steps, debating whether this was a healthy choice.
4,600 calories? Is that what it was?
3,000 calories, 4,600 milligrams of sodium, and 3 days worth of saturated fat.
Awful. All right. This might be the weirdest story I've heard in a while. Amethys. That's
Meth cis.
Amethyst. Ameth's Realm, that's her name, became a household name in Australia last year when she claimed she had slept with 15 ghosts since breaking up with her fiance 12 years ago.
She got him back.
She claims she had gone off men completely and prefers ghosts as she can communicate, feel, and have sex with them. Now, she has revealed her new ghost boyfriend, and she and he are thinking about having a ghost baby. She told the New Idea, this paper, quote, "One day, while I was walking through the bush, enjoying nature, I suddenly felt this incredible energy. I knew a new lover had arrived."
This solves a lot of problems.
It's pretty serious. In fact, we've been thinking about having a ghost baby. She added, "I know this sounds crazy, but I've been looking into it. I don't think it's totally out of the question."
Do you know how much? Do you know how much money you can save by having a ghost husband, a ghost wedding, a ghost baby, a ghost college tuition, and ghost food and ghost
Oh my goodness.
transportation? What is wrong with people?
That is the wackiest thing I've ever heard.
That is one of the wackiest things. We've had some wacky stories on this show the last 6 months.
Goodness. I mean, can you imagine her family of this woman?
This might be worse than the guy frying himself in an industrial-sized wok, which you love that one.
Only topped by the guy who stuck the giant cucumber up his ass.
When it punctured a lung?
Yeah.
This is going to rival that one.
All right, what do you got?
This is more, political.
All right.
So Donald Trump's former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, was on trial for tax and bank fraud. During this process, prosecutors revealed a number of details about his lavish spending habits. One in particular caught the attention of people as he tried to defend himself against tax and bank fraud, and that was a $15,000 bomber jacket made of ostrich leather. Now, they showed a picture of it. It looks like a $150 Chess King regular jacket. I mean, there's nothing to it.
Right. He also spent $1 million on suits in about a 5-year period. $1 million on suits.
That's hard to believe. If you can spend $15,000 on an ostrich coat, there's a lot of comments from people saying, what an idiot. They also found, to your point, there were many suits, sport coats. He's a big ostrich fan. A $9,500 ostrich vest, an $18,000 python blazer. He spent almost $1 million in the Allen Couture shop between 2010 and 2014.
Yeah, those were the suits.
So,
and by the way, for you crazy Trump haters out there, and I don't like Trump, but by the way, Manafort, even though he was the Trump campaign manager, that has nothing to do with this trial. Has nothing to do with Trump's campaign. This is all tax and foreign agent stuff that has nothing to do with Donald Trump. So don't get your hopes up. Trump may get convicted on other things later on, but this trial has nothing to do with Trump in this case. So
thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, I had to. All right. A Basking Ridge, New Jersey man died over the weekend while holding his breath underwater in a lake at a bachelor party in Georgia. Robert Zach Bunsa, 23, was pronounced dead after partygoers pulled him from Lake Sinclair 6:40 p.m. Saturday. He was in town for a bachelor party, and apparently he was attempting to see how long he could hold his breath. It's just an unfortunate, tragic accident. That was the police person. Bunsa was found near a dock in about 5 to 10 feet of water. There were about 15 men at the party when they realized he was missing. One of the men dove in and pulled him out. They tried to perform CPR, but it was too late. The other man at the bachelor party told officers they'd been playing a game where he had held his breath underwater.
Did he at least win?
He won. He won for sure. Lastly, he says, I don't know if this was something that was going on all afternoon, if it was a spur-of-the-moment thing. Let me see how I can hold my breath, King said. But it didn't end well.
Don't you do this when you're like 8 years old? And...
So here's my question. Okay, so obviously this guy's an idiot, and all 15 guys are idiots. But you mean he's playing this game, and there's 15 guys there at the dock, and no one like realizes, hey, he's not coming up? I mean, they must have been totally polluted and like lost track of him or someone else.
There was one guy, Lou, who wanted to win. And he's like, yeah.
I mean, it's a shame, 23-year-old guy, but yeah, don't be an idiot.
It's stupid.
I got one more. I
got a quick one here.
Okay, go for it.
So Jaden Smith, right? Actor, rapper.
Will Smith's son, right?
I believe so.
Right? I think so.
He believes that he can speak to aliens, and he's figured out how to time travel into the future and then come back and affect his life in a more positive way. He said, this is my full-time job. That's the only way I can do it. So he was asked by a reporter, if you could time travel, where would you go? This is his. Now, most people would say, I might go back and kill Hitler, or maybe I'd go back and
buy lottery tickets.
Buy a lottery ticket.
Before the Powerball.
Yeah, maybe I wouldn't. Right. Just something that could impact your life or a lot of people's. Here's his answer. Man, I think I'd be too scared to use a time machine, but if I could time travel, I would go back and change the Star Wars line back to Luke, I am your father again. Which sounds strange because that was the line, but he says because it was before someone went into the future, came back and somehow changed that line. So somebody went into time and changed that's he wants to go back and change it to what it should be. And then I would go back in time and change it again because it just bothers me. I wake up and I cry sometimes. I just want to change that.
I thought you were going to say he was going to redo the Michael J. Fox Back to the Future. And maybe Jaden should realize that going back back in time doesn't work out too well. It didn't work out for Michael J. Fox. He started to have a crush on his mom. That was really weird.
But in his defense, Star Wars was one of the most impactful films of all time.
That's true.
And if there's incorrect lines in that movie, then
Yeah, you're right.
Am I right?
Yeah, he should go back. That should be his first priority.
Not saving his brother or his family from,
or from 6 million Jews from Hitler. All right, Rich, this is the one I wanted to end on because I know how much you love the social media trend.
I love it.
And so you're going to get a real kick out of this one. Plastic surgeons say they've noticed a trend of what they call Snapchat dysmorphia, taking over patients nationwide. Researchers said in a recent article that people have been asking doctors to make them look more like the heavily filtered or edited versions of themselves popularized on smartphone apps like Snapchat and Instagram.
Yeah, great idea.
American Academy of Facial, Plastic, and Reconstructive Surgery found in a survey 55% of surgeons reported seeing patients who sought surgery so they could look better in selfies. The number was a 13% increase from the previous year. Boston University researchers' article noted that it's often unattainable for humans to look like their filtered selfies, and that these apps are blurring the line of reality and fantasy, which I know strikes a chord with you. Sometimes I have patients who say, I want every single spot gone. I want it gone by this week, or I want it gone by tomorrow, because that's what its filtered photograph gave them, says a dermatologist who's quoted in the research. That's not realistic. I can't do that. Snapchat dysmorphia is a term coined by British cosmetic doctor, and it's based off the body dysmorphic disorder, BDD, a diagnosable mental condition that causes people to become obsessive about their appearance and body image. So, Rich, I know you love millennials. I know you love social media. And now we're having people disfigure themselves so they can be looking like Snapchat.
Yeah, I believe this is a trend that's hurting America. But in this particular case, I have to defend it. I am too guilty of Snapchat dysmorphia. In fact, I'm gonna come clean with a confession in front of you.
And all our listeners that are hearing this for the first time, just like me.
When Snapchat first came out, I didn't want to tell anybody I was kind of addicted to it. And when I went to my plastic surgeon, the problem was I showed him a picture that was only from about the middle of the forehead. I had a full head of hair. When I woke up, I was completely bald.
He put you out right there, right?
He put me out right there. I gave him my credit card. When I woke up, I was shiny as a cue ball.
You should have rebutted those charges, or what's it called? Disputed the charges.
Well, my insurance.
That's one crazy doctor.
My insurance paid for half of it.
So yeah, it's not a shame though. These people want to, this. I see it. I have 4 daughters. It's amazing, and they're relatively normal kids, but they take a lot of pictures of themselves. I mean, it's amazing. And they're good at taking pictures of themselves.
Narcissism is an inherent trait. Listen, have you seen the Barbie doll woman?
I have not.
I think she's from Russia.
When she got made to look like a Barbie doll?
Well, what's frightening is when you first look at it, it looks like a cartoon character put through one of these apps.
Right.
No, it's
a real person.
She's had her eyes enlarged. She's had her lips enlarged, her face completely drawn down with a longer chin. She's had her neck penciled thin. They've removed ribs to make her waist.
Oh, my goodness.
They've put a huge, triple D bosom on her. She honestly looks like a live Barbie doll. It is bizarro.
And I'm fine with most cosmetic surgeries if people want to improve their appearance. But when you seek perfection, men or women, you're never going to get it. I hate to say it. And Father Time is working against all of us.
Dilly, but you used to look like a Ken doll, so maybe you want to. Who knows what's going to happen?
I got to go in search of that Barbie.
Yes.
All right, folks, as always, please remember, if what you see or hear sounds idiotic, then we're just the guys to help you sort it out. See y'all next week. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the Are We Idiots Show. Please subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher so you can enjoy all episodes.
True love won't say goodbye. True love won't say goodbye. True